Okay, so we jump into the GoPro right here. So what you want to do is swipe down and then just swipe over to the right hand side and you'll see preferences here. So click on preferences, let's go into general right here and just go down to anti-flicker. Now it's set at 50 Hertz, so 50 Hertz is PAL for my region. Americans will be at 60 Hertz, which is NTSC. That allows you to do 24 frames, your 30, 60, 120 and 240, whereas PAL is your 25 frames, 50 frames, 100 and so on, 200. You can change all these other things in terms of auto power off. You can also turn on quick capture. You can turn on the beep a little bit lower. I like to have it on low because the noise is a little bit annoying sometimes, but I won't go too far into these kind of settings. I want to go more into the video settings. Now, click onto this part right there. You can see where it says activity. Now you can just choose any one here. You can rename them. Let's go into, what's that, epic? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just playing some footage. Right here, let's go and edit this. So let's make this one 4K at 25 frames per second. So let's just make this one a regular 4K 25. Go into the lens and you can have it on linear plus horizon leveling. You can have it on just narrow, just linear. You can see this is one of the cons of the GoPro is the touchscreen is not very friendly. Linear, wide, or super view. I will put this on linear plus horizon leveling. So that's perfectly fine for me. Hyper smooth. Now, hyper smooth, what I'm going to do with this one is instead of having it off, high, or boost, I'm just going to put it on with this one. And I'm going to explain why I'm going to be doing that in a second. Okay, schedule capture, you don't have to worry about that. Duration, don't have to worry about that. Hindsight, I don't want to put hindsight on with this one. Timer, I don't want to put timer on with this one. Man, the screen's not fun to play with. Zoom, I'm just going to leave zoom as is. Now go into ProTune right here. Now select the bit rate. It will be customed onto standard, so go up to high. So this allows you to have that 100 megabits per second bit rate. So it's the highest amount of information and quality. Okay, so shutter, we're going to put it on. Shutter is 150 because my frame rate is 25 frames per second, so I'm going to keep twice the shutter. I'm going to explain why I'm going to keep twice the shutter in a sec. Well, I may as well explain it now. If you're going to have 1/50 and you are going to be filming outside, it's going to be overexposed, so you're going to need ND filters. Now, Freewell do ND filters for the GoPro Hero 9. They have sent me some and I will be testing them out. But if you don't have ND filters, you're going to have to crank that shutter speed to auto. So leave it on auto if you don't have ND filters. And then your exposure compensation here, just set it to maybe -1 if you don't have ND filters, because you don't want the highlights to clip. Okay? But if you do have ND filters, so keep that 180-degree shutter rule right there, so 1/50. Now, white balance, I'm going to keep it at native. So if you can color grade or you're decent at color grading, native is the best to do. You can have it on complete auto, which it does perfectly fine. You can see the image right there is actually quite neutral, which is great. Native, you can see it's a little bit yellow, but it's a nice flat color grading, or you can individually select the white balance itself. I do recommend watch my white balance video and low light performance video on the GoPro, because white balance is a little bit off on the GoPro in my opinion. Now ISO, I always set it to 100 at the minimum, and maximum I'll keep it at 100 as well. Now obviously the higher you go in that ISO, the more grain you are going to introduce. So for this one, I'm just going to keep it 100 and I'll explain why. Sharpness, now sharpness is one that you want to keep on at least medium, or sorry, at the maximum medium. So medium or high. High is just way too sharp and medium's not too bad. Low is probably a little bit too soft, so I prefer medium with this one. Now, picture profile, I prefer flat. That just gives you that nice neutral picture profile. Otherwise, you can go that standard GoPro color, but it's too saturated. Man, this touchscreen sucks. It's too saturated, so I prefer to go flat. Now, Audio quality, you can select off, which won't create a raw audio track. Now the raw audio track is a WAV file or WAV file. You can select it onto low, medium, or high quality WAV file. So I like to have extra audio just in case. Now wind, I'm going to keep it on off right now. You can have it on or auto. This one I'm gonna have it off, and I'm gonna explain why in a second. Okay, so this is why I'm going to do a few of those things. Now, these are the shortcuts. Now, let's go to the audio already, since we're already here. Now, I've got the audio set here on the upper left. So if I want to have, if it is a really windy day, I'm gonna click that, and it's going to muffle the audio and make it a little bit more clearer. Whereas if I turn it off, it is going to be the best audio quality with it off, but if there happens to be a bit of wind, it's not going to be pretty. Now ISO, I keep it on this ISO max, so it's going to change the ISO if I really need to. Now if you do have it on auto, shutter speed, EV comp is another shortcut to sort of have in there because you can change your exposure through that. Now the reason why I put hyper smooth on is that you can put hyper smooth boost in this setting right here. So that is definitely recommended if you really need some epically smooth footage. All you need to do is go into that shortcut and boom, hyper smooth boost, and you'll have crazy smooth footage. Now that's the first setting that I've got. That's called epic. Now I always want to set up another 2. So the next one will be this touchscreen is a killer. So I accidentally put it on max lens mod. Touchscreen's just absolutely killing me. So you can see on the outsides here, this is where my shortcuts are. That's wind. So if I really want wind on, I turn the wind on. If I want to max the ISO on, I quickly do the shortcut for the ISO. So, or hyper smooth, you know, these are really good functions to sort of have quick shortcuts on the side. Now let's go slow motion. Now slow motion, I am going to have it on, so you can have 2.7K at 100 frames per second or 1080 at 200 frames per second. Now this one, I'm just gonna have regular slow-mo, so 2.7K at 100. I really like having higher quality and not too slow motion with this one. So I'm gonna keep it at linear plus horizon. Hyper smooth will be just on. Extra, see this is one where you can put the hindsight in the shortcut, and I'm definitely going to do that. But ProTune, remember ProTune bitrate is at high, shutter speed, hopefully twice your frame rate, so it's at 100 frames per second, so your shutter speed should be at 1/200th of a second. Now ISO, max, let's put it at 100. Its white balance is at native again, minimum ISO is at 100, sharpness is at medium, color is flat, picture profile, audio, doesn't really matter with this one, but hey, let's have it on high. This, obviously you just got to make sure if you do have it on high, you need to have some nice storage for that one as well. Now wind, auto, it's up to you with that one if you want to have it in a shortcut as well. So now remember, like I said, hindsight, have the hindsight in right here. Now if you have hindsight on all the time, it's going to drain your battery, because essentially what hindsight does is buffers and records about 30 seconds previous of pressing that record button, so you do not miss the action. So as soon as the action is hit, you press record and boom, you've got that action. I think is it 15 seconds or 30 seconds? It's one of those, but it captures a decent amount so you won't actually miss that function. Now, I actually used to use that in the Sony FS5. It is really handy if you don't want to miss the action. You wait till the action is just over and you press the record button, and it buffers and records all the way before that, but it does drain the battery. So this is why I keep it on here, just in case if I do want to get into some action shots and I don't want to miss the action, boom, that's the way to go. Now, EV comp or shutter speed is the ones that you can chuck in there. Same again, you can chuck hyper smooth in there if you want hyper smooth boost. Just remember that you are on slow motion, so you may not need too much hyper smooth because it will slow it down and not be as, you know, bumpy. Now let's go a really high res version. So high res version will pretty much just be exactly like the 25 frames per second 4K version. So all the same settings there. Just make sure you adjust it to the same as the 4K one. And what you probably want to do is also do, let's go standard. What do we call it? We'll go into the standard one. Now let's go an epic slow motion, 200 frames per second. Now that is cool slow motion. So linear plus horizon leveling, hyper smooth will be on. Shutter speed will be 1/400th of a second. So that's super slow-mo. Remember, bitrate must be set on high. ISO minimum, ISO max, which is 100. Native, white balance, flat color picture profile. Sharpness should be on potentially medium or low, but let's just chuck it on medium. You don't want an over sharpening because you can do some sharpening in post if you really want to. But anyway, that is pretty much the settings that I have